Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video. If you're new here or if you happen to come across this video, hi, my name is Ronah. I do random videos for fun, mostly about studying, productivity, and sometimes travel vlogs with my family. Okay, I almost forgot my intro. It's been so long since I last talked to the camera, so forgive me, okay? Anyways, as you can read from the title, this video will be very exciting. Today, I will be answering questions that I receive in my Instagram and some of the questions that my cousin / Margaret prepared for me. I have the questions here in my laptop. There are 21 questions and I actually have not read any of these questions yet, and I have not prepared a single answer, so you can really tell that all the answers that I'm going to give today are all my honest answers. Without further ado, let us begin our question and answer portion. First question, how many hours do you study? Well, for a normal day, I usually study like 3 to 4 hours. That is not including the breaks or like going to the bathroom or like eating snacks, excluding that. So 3 to 4 hours I study on a regular basis. But when we say studying math related or like accounting related subjects, it usually takes me half or like an entire day because I'm not really good at studying math. I'm so slow when it comes to math or numbers, so I'm not really sure why I am in accountancy. I don't know, I'm in third year now and I can't believe I'm in third year accountancy and I'm very slow when it comes to math. Okay, moving on. How do you stay consistent or how do you keep yourself motivated? Well, I'm actually not a big fan of procrastination. I usually get things done as soon as they're given to us because I don't know, I can't sleep thinking that I have like pending tasks or pending assignments to do. So that what keeps me motivated, the deadlines. Another thing that keeps me motivated is by watching study vlogs. I think I answered this in one of my stories. Usually, when I'm not motivated, I go to YouTube and I search up study vlogs because whenever I see people actually studying and people being very productive, I get pressured and makes me want to study as well. This is actually why I started making study vlogs, because I want to motivate people or like students to actually start studying. You know, in my thumbnails, if you can observe, in my study vlog thumbnails, there are some, if you can find them, I put there, this is your sign to study. Because, you know, I want people to not just watch me study, because I think it's weird watching me for hours just studying. I want people to actually study with me because it makes learning fun. Next question. Who inspired you to open YouTube and start study vlogs? Ooh. I actually answered this in my second question already. What inspired me to start study vlogs is because for me, studying is fun. Well, sometimes it's so draining and sometimes it's boring, but studying is fun. I like studying. I like highlighting. I like taking notes. Not all the time because sometimes it's stressful. Who inspired me to start a YouTube channel? I don't know, actually. I actually started my channel only to post like memories. If you can look at my oldest videos, you'll really find that, you know, I did not plan to start this channel, but I don't know, somehow I ended up actually taking this seriously since lockdown began. Next question. Are you a night owl or an early riser? Do you prefer, oh, these are two questions. Do you prefer to study at night or in day? I'm actually a night owl. It's during the nighttime when I'm very productive. In the morning, I'm very sleepy. I always get sleepy. I don't know why. During the night, I'm very motivated. I'm very productive. I get things done easier. It's like my brain only works at night. So yeah, I'm a night owl and I prefer studying at night where it's silent and where I'm alone. Next question. When do you sleep and when do you wake up? Well, I'm not sure if this is a study related question, but I sleep around 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. these days because it's almost our finals. There are lots of things that I have to do to accomplish, deadlines that I have to meet. But on a normal day, on a regular day, probably before 12, I wake up around 8 or 9, depending on my schedule for that day. Next question. How do you plan your day or plan your study routine? Okay, I always tell my friends this. I want them to like start a planner or like buy a planner, or they don't even have to buy a planner. They can just use a notebook and you can write before you sleep, list down all the things that you have to do the next day and you list them by priority of what you need to do first. For example, in my case, The first thing that I do, eat breakfast. Even the simplest things, it's nice to write them all down. I think it's very fulfilling to be able to crash out all the things that you have done, and before you go to bed, you can see, oh my gosh, I did a lot of things today. And then after complimenting yourself or giving yourself a tap in the back for doing that, you start another planner for the next day. So yeah, I think having a planner or having a to-do list is really helpful for students. I recommend you to get a planner. I'm gonna show you my planner, or I'm just gonna insert a picture. It's very messy, but there are no rules in making a planner. You can be messy, you can be organized, whatever. As long as you get those things done, then it's a win-win situation. Okay, let's move on. How can you remember things for so long, like your topics in school? I use the method called active recall. So if this is your first time hearing this term, it's actually like a process of efficiently remembering information. So how I do it is I make flashcards and I use the app called the Anki app. Hopefully I'm saying it right, but when I have time, I like to make flashcards and it helps me remember things. Taking down notes is also a good way to recall. So using the method of active recall, you will be able to always remember things that you've studied, and the more you remember things, the more you read about them, the more you see it, the more you write about it, the more you think about it, the more you will able to retain it. So that's active recall, always recalling. So yes, I would recommend you using that method as well. Next question. How can you sit for long hours to study? Okay, the thing is, I don't really sit for long hours to study, so I don't know how to answer this question. But what I do is I actually stand up, stretch, take walks, or you can play with your pets if you have. I don't recommend really sitting down for long hours because it's not really good when your brain is working and your body is just not moving. Don't just sit. It's not good for your back. Next question. What is your rank in junior high school and senior high school? Well, I'm not really comfortable speaking about it or talking about it in front of people. But in junior high, we don't have the terms valedictorian or salutatorian anymore. We use the with high honors, with highest honors, and with honors. I was with high honors, but in our overall batch, I managed to, place top 1. It feels weird saying that out loud. I was the one who was assigned to give the valedictory speech during our moving up ceremony. I don't know if I can find the video.
Completers, or should I say, burners with brave hearts, congratulations and to God be the glory.
In junior high, I was top 1 for the overall batch. In senior high, I don't really know my rank for the overall batch, but I was able, thankfully, to maintain my, first place in the classroom for 2 years, grade 11 and grade 12, and for each semester, so 4 semesters. Yeah, I managed, that's weird. I just realized it. So I managed to maintain my top 1 spot in the classroom, despite being in a new school and with new people. But the weird thing is that in junior high, I was very, very motivated, or in Bisaya, we call it naning. I was very naning or motivated with my studies in junior high school, that when I went to senior high, I decided, oh my gosh, these people don't know me. They don't know I was top 1 in my batch, so I'm just gonna chill. They don't know it. But then I thought I was chilling, but I still managed to maintain, being first in class, which is weird because I was not as naning or motivated as I was in junior high than in senior high. So yeah, that's my rank. What is your favorite subject in senior high and in college? In senior high, my favorite subject is English. The writing of academic papers. I love writing essays. It's my favorite thing to do. I hate math, but I love English. In college, my favorite subject is law. I realized I wanted to become a lawyer when I started my subject in law on obligations and contracts. I was inspired by my teacher. She was very strict. Like, whenever I go to her class, I'm always nervous, but I want to debate. I like winning debates, so okay, next question. What is your least favorite subject in senior high and in college? My least favorite subject in senior high was research because it's a lot of effort. a lot of time, a lot of attention. And the oral defense was very nerve-wracking. Like, you defending your research, you're not really sure if you did the right thing, if it's enough. I don't know, I'm just not good at research because I never had that subject in my junior high. In senior high, that was my first time having a research subject, and I had no background doing research whatsoever, so it was very hard for me. But I was thankful to my group mates. I'm gonna insert some pictures of my research group mates here. Amazing, supportive. Whenever I ask them, are we sure about this, I always want assurance, and they're like, sure, whatever. In college, the least favorite subject is taxation. Income tax, it's very hard, and you have to read a lot of books and references. So, and you know, taxation involves numbers, so you know, I've mentioned this earlier, I don't really like numbers. I don't know why I'm in accounting. Next, how to not be distracted. A tip that I can give you is put your phone away, like far away from you. Personally, when I take, you know, breaks while studying, I usually reach for my phone, but I try my best to, you know, stop myself from using my phone, because once I go through my apps like Facebook or like Instagram or TikTok, it's like a black hole. Whenever I come in, there's no going back. I tell myself to not get distracted, no social media, no phone. And another tip I can give you is to listen to white noise. While I study, I actually listen to white noise. You can just search in YouTube white noise for studying. I don't know what's the science behind it, but I do that and it's very effective for me. Try white noise. Next question, power tips to prepare for finals. First, make sure you're well rested. Studying when you're not feeling well, it's not really effective. It will be very hard for you to remember things or retain information. Second, if you want coffee to avoid you from sleeping, or tea, then go for it. Next, pray. When you're feeling very hopeless because you believe that the exam will be very hard, pray. I always pray, oh my gosh, Lord, help me please. I'll just make a separate video about preparing for an exam or finals, because I think I have lots to say, and this video will be really long if I say it one by one. So make sure you stay tuned. I'll make a video on that. Next question, some tips for studying. Another tips. I think I really need to make another video for study tips, because I have a long list of study tips that I can give you. For now, I'm gonna give you 3. First, as much as possible, listen to your lectures, because it will save you time. You don't have to watch the recorded lectures anymore. You just need to review your notes or something. Second, prepare notes ahead of time. Don't prepare it the day before an exam, because it's useless to make notes and not use them efficiently. Third, make sure when you study in a place you're comfortable with, a place where it's clean. A clean space is a clear mind. Okay, next. How many hours should a person study? You know, it depends. Maybe there is a study somewhere by professionals or experts or research that would tell how much a person should study. But for me, it depends on the person, depends on the subject you're studying. But this is what I'm gonna tell you. I suggest don't study when you're sleepy, because it's useless. You will not be able to actually remember or retain the information. So avoid cramming, guys. As much as possible, study ahead of time. I know I have videos cram or study with me. Don't. Cramming is not always a good thing. Next, how to get in the mood of studying. The first thing that I do, I already mentioned it, I make sure to clean my space first. I want to lay out my books, my highlighters here, my water bottles there. So I want everything in their place first. Then, I don't know, play some relaxing music and maybe watch some study vlogs first. As soon as I achieve all those, having a clean space, good music, I'm already in the mood for studying. So next, what songs do you listen to while you study? I don't have a specific song that I listen to when I study, but I like anything with chill, lo-fi, hip-hop beats. Or sometimes I listen to piano or classical music. And sometimes the Bruno Major playlist. I'm gonna link the playlist in the description. My sister actually recommended his songs to me, and since then I've been listening it in in my study. Okay, we're almost done. We have 4 more questions. What is your favorite study method? Ooh, I keep on repeating this in my videos. I use the Pomodoro technique wherein I study for 25 minutes and in between the 25 minutes, I take a 5-minute break. I think this technique is really helpful because it helps you not get too overwhelmed with your tasks. For example, you have to like read a whole chapter. It's nice to break down those times to study. Next, what food do you eat and drinks do you drink while studying? I don't have a specific food that I eat while I study, but I like something that's with chocolate because I don't know if it's true, but I read in an article somewhere that chocolate helps you remember things. I think it's a myth. I don't think it's a fact, but a girl has to do what she can to pass her exams. What drink do you drink while studying? I go for coffee, sometimes tea. Next, second to the last question. Oh, we're almost done. Share your study habits. Ooh, it would be nice to have a separate video on this also, but I like joining study websites wherein I get to study with other people. I have lots of videos related to STUDYSTREAM. If you don't know what STUDYSTREAM is, it is a website where it will redirect you to Zoom or to a focus room where you get to study with different strangers all over the world. So I think watching other people study will motivate you to study. Especially now where there are still guidelines that we have to follow because of, the pandemic. It's nice to have people study with you virtually. Join STUDYSTREAM, guys. Next. Oh, last question. Last question. Okay. If given the chance to talk to Luca Pacquiao, what would you ask him? I think this is a question by Bea. She's a friend and my blockmate. Oh, by the way, if you don't know who Luca Pacquiao is, he is the father of accounting. If you don't know yet, I'm an accountancy student and he's the father of accounting. So if there is a chance that I will talk to him, I'll ask him why. Why did you invent debit credit? Why? Why are you the father of accounting? Why is there accounting? Why did you make my life so hard? Okay, but seriously, if given the chance to talk to him, I will ask him if he is willing to be my tutor because, I need some help. No, not some help. I need all the help I can get to pass this degree program because I'm barely hanging in here. Okay, I think we're done with all the questions. That's 21 questions answered. Hopefully, I can make part 2 because this is fun. So if you want to ask me more questions, make sure to DM me on my Instagram. DM me on Instagram questions you'd like to ask me, videos that you want to watch in my channel. And I think that's it for today's video. Thank you for hanging out with me. I had a great time answering your questions and I will see you next week. Next Saturday. I post every Saturday. Thank you. Bye.
Rising up like the phoenixes, been tired of pushed to the ground.